Hi, I'm Kim, and my pantry is running low, so I thought I'd restock it with ingredients I treasure, starting with Philippine rice. I'm going to source the rice directly from a farm, find the perfect storage vessel for it, and design my own rice scoop, just for funsies. We're currently in Upper Cagayan Valley, where my family has been working fields and harvesting rice for generations. We thought sourcing 1,000 kilos of rice was going to be a piece of bibingka. Turns out, Super Typhoon Nando entered the chat earlier in the season and caused a near total wipeout, not just for my family's farm, but for the entire region. So, while we internally panic and think about what to do, we're going to throw some Rice 101 on you. The Philippines splits its rice year into two main seasons. The dry season is a farmer favorite. With the abundance of sun and a more controlled water supply, the plant has everything it needs to grow healthy grains with relatively high, predictable yields. The wet season, however, is a total 50-50 gamble. The Philippines is a typhoon magnet this time of the year, where extreme winds can flatten the fields and prolonged rain can drown the grain before it's had a chance to mature. But despite knowing the risks, farmers are still forced to plant with the hope of salvaging an income. To hedge that risk, farmers usually opt for a quicker maturing, less expensive rice variety to plant. The fourth most popular variety to plant nationwide is a variety called RC222, triple DOS for short. It doesn't quite have the delicacy or aroma of more expensive rice varieties, but it's reliable. This is one of the triple DOS fields that barely escaped the typhoon. In its best season, the field can produce up to 50 sacks of palay. But this time round, it barely scraped 23. And we still don't know if the rice is at eating quality until we dry and mill it. Freshly harvested palay needs 1 to 3 days of consistent sun to reach the correct moisture level for milling. It's spread across a large expanse of concrete, and you'll usually see it being dried on the sides of the roads here. It's then raked every hour to rotate the grains, prevent mold, and ensure consistent drying. Now that's simple enough to do in the dry season, but in the wet season, your sky might look like this. If there's a rain cloud on the horizon, the tarp has to come out. If it doesn't, you'll have soaking wet palay. For most farmers, this is when the season ends. They'll sell their dry palay to traders upright, but reserve a small portion of their harvest to mill themselves and use for personal consumption. In remote areas like the province, farmers rely on milling trucks that roll right up to the farm gate. These units can strip the husk and bran just fine, but lack the technology to properly grade the kernels like a commercial mill would. This means the bag of rice often contains a high percentage of broken rice, along with little extras like paddy weed seeds and maybe some corn fragments from when the rice and corn shared a drying space. But this is rice in its purest form. It's real, it's raw, and it's what our farmers eat. And there's something very unifying about that. So far, we've collected 420 kilos of rice. We still have another 480 kilos left to source, but that's a story for another day. In the meantime, though, we have a bigger challenge ahead of us, which is how the hell are we going to get a ton of rice to Manila? Oh my gosh!